I am not a victim. I am the creator of my thoughts, my feelings, and my reactions. Yeah, you create your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. I just wanted to share, like, hey, the power of decision. It's the power of decision, and also how important putting a lot of us achievers, we will put work and like all these things and all the pressures and all the stress above other things. But I just want to say how important it is to allow yourself to get your body moving and actually, like, sometimes you're not actually doing something. Like when you're sitting still, it's not that, oh, you're not accomplishing something, you're just going to get behind. Sometimes you're going to get way more ahead by sitting still or by moving your body, one of the two, or sometimes a combination of both. And so I was just excited this weekend. It was really fun. On Friday, I went on a field trip with my daughter and her school, and we hiked the very trail that birthed this the Peak Trail program. I got the whole download, the blueprint, everything on that very hike, and it was really cool to have her. But what really stood out is I've got several vans full of teenagers, high schoolers. They're full of vigor, full of life. They're like, they got energy, man, and they're like loud on the way and everything. And they are hiking up the mountain. I'm telling you, where I have come from is I couldn't even get up like 40-foot elevation without being totally out of breath because I was so sick when I started. And so we were like passing people as they were sweating, red-cheeked, like huffing and dying. And I'm telling you, all of the vans of the students, all of them across the board, on the way home, they were like dead silent. They were totally dead, like dead, like done. Like these guys couldn't handle it. And me and Dan were like, we're almost 50, man. And we're like, we're ready for another hike. In fact, the very next day, we did a 10.5-mile hike, 2,000 elevation. The day after, we hiked that peak hike with the school. And we're like, we come a long way if we can really smoke those teenagers so easily. My daughter was like, oh, Mom, we're going to walk so much faster than you. We're like, no, not really. But it was so awesome, such a blessing to sit and celebrate for a moment how far we're able to come when we make those small decisions every single day. And it's just a combination of yeses that get you to where you need to go. And so it was just my original yes of like, I'm going to prioritize my health. And then my next yes of I'm going to do 30 elevation. I'm going to do 50 elevation. I'm going to do 200 elevation. I'm going to do 1 mile, 1 block, 10.5 miles, 13 miles. Those daily yeses are what really culminate to make the difference. And so I really want to encourage all of you to think back to where you were, like when you first started in the Unshakable Life community, and your yes to this community and how it has really changed your life. Because it's changed my life. Like, you guys have just become friends, family, like loved ones, and we're growing together. And we're watching each other grow. And I just think it's so special. So today I kind of wanted to bring kind of a little something to steer you a little bit before I add in some new things next week. Does that sound good? All right, so come on, so can we do the cheesy thumbs up? Can we do that? All right, yes. All right. So today I want to show you 3 really powerful truths, 3 powerful shifts that will make you emotionally strong, mentally clear, and ready to lead no matter what's going on around you. I mean, seriously, who wants that? I do. Look, you don't need more time, more people, more healing. You've got everything you need. You just need to take back control of what is already yours. Your mind, your energy, and your choices. And I cannot understate the power of a simple decision. So I want to give you 3 truths and no lies. How about that? So truth number 1, you are always creating, whether you mean to or not. You're always creating. And so here's a belief I want to put in front of you. And I think sometimes we would be surprised if we would step back and evaluate how much this comes into play. But the belief I'd like to share with you today is I am not a victim. I am the creator of my thoughts, my feelings, and my reactions. Yeah, you create your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. It is all by the meaning you're giving things. You are not a victim. And it really is shocking if you really look at it, how many times the little victim mindset comes in. The little brain goes, oh, this is happening to me. This is happening to me. I have no way to control this, right? So imagine you're on a hike and you keep tripping on the exact same rock. I've done that, by the way. Every single time you yell at the trail. But see, the truth is, it's your feet, not the mountain. You get to choose where to step, and you can choose differently now. You are the source of how you feel. It's not your job, it's not your family, it's not the news on TV, it's not all the distractions coming in your life. You are the source of how you feel. So we can't keep looking to somebody else to save you. You just simply look for where you can take responsibility, where you can own that thing, where you can make the simple, powerful decision that you need to make. Here's the thing, blame keeps you stuck, but ownership sets you free. Okay, truth number 2, no one can make you feel anything unless you let them. So here's a belief for you, something to get your mind around. My emotions are mine. I choose what I hold on to, and I choose what I let go of. And that's where I think 90 seconds of grace can come in, because things happen, and you have to take a moment to let that emotion come through your body. It takes about 90 seconds. But that in that moment, you get to choose the meaning you're going to give it. And I think I've talked to you guys before about the magnet analogy. Every situation has a positive side, which will attract, and it has a negative side, which will push away. Every situation is just like that magnet. So when you get through that 90 seconds of grace where that emotion flows through your body, you now have a choice. Am I going to lean into the positive side that's going to draw and bring close, or the negative meaning that's going to push away and remove? So think of your emotions like your backpack on a steep hike. My husband will really get this one. I'm so glad he's here today. He's actually making my lunch. That's why he's off camera, because he's the best man on the planet. Love him. Anyways, think of your emotions like a backpack on a steep hike. If somebody throws a rock in it, and we totally did that on a hike, by the way. I think I shared before, I flew down a really steep part on my butt on a rock, and he decided to keep this massive, God, it had to be like a 15-pound rock. He threw it in there. So if somebody throws a rock in your bag, here's the thing. This is the thing my husband didn't get on that hike, is you don't have to keep it. We actually still have it. He kept it as a memorabilia for our troublesome hike that we were able to get down a mountain because of a big rock. It was fun. It was absolutely fun. But here's the thing. He could have made the choice not to keep the rock. He could stop, take it out, and then keep walking lighter. So why does that matter? Well, you don't have to carry every offense, disappointment, or drama. You can actually pause and breathe and decide. See, again, there's that power of decision. You get to decide how you want to respond. Decide the meaning that you're giving it. And here's the thing, forgiveness is not about the other person. It's just the pathway and how you get that rock out of your bag. It's how you drop the weight. And you cannot lead well if you are emotionally overloaded. I think about this so often. It's like learning to master what's going on inside of me changes the entire way I experience my life. And so stuff happens and things are going on. That is the unshakable life. It's becoming unshakable inside yourself despite what's going on around you. You cannot lead if you're emotionally loaded. So here's the third truth. What you do every day is more powerful than what you do once in a while. My habits create my peace. My rituals create my strength. And they talk about habit stacking. Man, you got to be creative in your habit stacking. Sometimes the habits don't really fit together seamlessly. But let me give you for example. This just happened this morning. Me and my husband have been really excited about sunrise hikes. Just seeing the sun come up. And I was able to habit stack. We primed for the day. We did our time management where we decided our major outcome. We put our face to the sun so we can get our serotonin levels up. We got our body moving all at once. Those are habits that we put in that had to become must. See, that small decision changes the entire way that we show up for the day. Strong hikers do not get strong by one hard hike. Ask my daughter. They have to train every day. They stretch, they fuel, they rest, and they plan their steps. The same goes for your mind and your emotions. Sometimes sitting still, we feel guilty, oh gosh, we're not doing what we need to do. Or sometimes we don't go out and have that fun because we think we're not going to get done with all the things that are expected of us, and we're going off of our to-do list. But in reality, sometimes we need to sit still so we can come home to ourselves, so that our creative mind and our heart can re-engage and we actually get a better outcome. And sometimes we need to go have fun. Do you know how I got the entire vision for the peak trail process that we do here at Arrow's Edge? It was having fun on a hike, climbing a peak. It wasn't sitting at my desk grinding. Here's the thing. What would it look like if you built a morning ritual that charges you before the world drains you? What would it look like if instead of the first thing getting up in the morning, you look at your phone? Come on, we all do it. Or instead of bringing the phone in the bathroom with you while you're in the bath, don't bring the phone with you. What would it look like if instead of looking directly at your phone, you first put your face to the sun, you think of things you can be grateful for, and you determine your outcomes for the day? How would that change the trajectory of how your life is lived out? And then end your day by cleaning out that emotional clutter. It's kind of like taking off the boots. The first thing that happens when we get home from a hike is the boots have to come off, because what are they going to do to the cleanliness of the house if we don't? We have to clean out that emotional clutter. And that's what I mean by I've been talking to you guys about doing the dump list, the brain dump. Capture it all, get it out of your head so you can rest and sleep well. Your peace is in your practice. So I want to send you into breakout rooms to collab on this. Let's talk about some energizing ways we can implement this. Here are some thoughts to think about as you're out. Where in your life are you blaming something or someone else? And they come in like sneaky ways. I'm blaming the rain that I don't work out, right? Or I'm blaming these small little things. Or, oh, these are happening to me and I'm victim of them. So what would it look like to take full ownership of that thing? Number two, what emotions have you been carrying that you don't need anymore? What rocks are in your backpack that it's time to take out? Because remember, it's those tiny decisions that add up. It was my tiny decision to just simply try to start walking when I was so sick that brought me to being able to just hop, skip, and jump up a mountain peak and be ready for the next one. It's those small decisions every day that build up and create an outcome. What emotions have you been carrying that you don't need to anymore? What rocks are in your backpack and it's time to take them out? And what's one small daily habit you could start this week that would give you more peace, more clarity, and strength? What do we need to really own? Here, I'm going to put this in the chat. Because guys, I really want to drive in. We meet every week and it is awesome. It's my favorite meeting of the week, by the way. But how are you implementing? How is this changing your life? What are you going to do differently as a result? How are you going to think differently as a result? How are you going to show up differently? And what does being unshakable really look like to you? So I'm going to shoot you guys out into breakout rooms. We're going to send you out. Amber, you all set with breakout rooms? All right, out you get, guys. I can't wait to bring you back in a little bit and we'll talk.